We appreciate you, Senator Moran, Mr. Chairman, and Ranking Member Tester for holding this hearing, which is so very important. We appreciate you, Secretary Wilkie, and your team for the great job that you do. This is just a comment. I hope that we can continue to give you the ability to do the hiring process like you're doing it now. I don't know how long it would normally take you to get those people on board, but it would be a long time. And so again, we appreciate you all working so hard and using the flexibility we've given you. The fiscal year 21 VHA Veterans Health budget request is $90 billion, $10.8 billion increase from the prior year. If you look at 10 years ago in fiscal year 2011, the budget request for Veterans Health then was $52.1 billion. It's really remarkable, the growth, to be precise, 73% in the last 10 years. We talked about some of the drivers that were doing that, and I would argue, having been in the committee in the House and now in the Senate for many years with our distinguished chairman, Veterans Health is so much better than it used to be, and we have the confidence now, lots of people using the system. We also, is it correct that we have an aging veterans population in the sense with our World War II, our Korea, Vietnam veterans, again, you know, with multiple problems facing, and then the increase in healthcare costs. So it is a lot of money, but it is something certainly that we are committed to doing. But the good news is, I think that the thing that's spurring it as much as anything is just the confidence that we're seeing in our veterans and continuing to use veterans health care when they could go to Medicare or some other insurance. Dr. Lawrence, recently we visited, or the staff visited, they were told that the recent suspension of the C&P exams due to COVID, that we're understandably creating a significant backlog. We've worked so hard to get that down. Can you talk about the plan? What can we do to get that back under control? I think, what are we, 116,000 exams, something like that? Is that in the ballpark?
Yeah, you're being charitable. This morning it was 119,000.
Okay.
And you're correct, sir. On April 2nd, when VHA stopped doing C&P exams, we followed their lead. So on April 3rd, we told our vendors they could no longer do in-person exams. We started conducting ACE exams and using their medical records to do things like fulfill their claim or provide partial benefits. But you're right, the simple math of what took place, and you know, you all deserve some positive responsibility for that. Through the Blue Water Navy Act, we began to receive a lot of claims in January, and now they're over 125 days. So that's correct. We have a plan to open following VHA's lead, and that would begin. They opened 20 hospitals. We're opening in that area. June 8th, we'll start up again C&P exams in certain parts of the country, and we'll continue that. The vendors know, and they're making phone calls now to schedule it. We are not happy about the backlog. In November, it was 64,000. Our team is very proud of processing claims quickly, so we want to get that right away. Two things, sir, to answer your question. The first thing was what Mr. Rakowski just said about reprogramming some money, so we'll have overtime money to do the claims. And the second, we have a piece of legislation, a legislative request in front of you to allow doctors to conduct C&P exams across borders, and in addition, some flexibility for non-doctors to conduct the C&P exams, nurse practitioners and the like. We'd ask you to consider that, and that would be one way for us to expand the capacity to work the C&P backlog and work the C&P exams and therefore the backlog.
Very quickly, Secretary Wilkie, the fourth mission has been a big success. As a result of that, FEMA, HHS owns the VA some money. Can you talk quickly about the plan in actually recouping that, what's going on with that? And certainly that would be very helpful to us as we work through the budget.
John might have exact figures, but as you know, statutorily, FEMA and HHS have to reimburse us when we go on missions that they have approved. One thing that I did, though, was I just started calling governors. And we went out ahead of many of those missions because particularly in state veterans' homes, there was a crisis. And FEMA has caught up with those requests. But I will get you figures on how much we are owed so far. unless John has a new
I
figure.
was just going to say, sir, so we are tracking it closely. We've worked with FEMA. We have not billed them nor collected anything, but we will be doing so. We can provide you a breakout of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.